Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Legacy Arch, the YouTube channel where we teach you about all things nerd. And in this video today, we'll be going over and ranking the seasons of the hit CW series, Arrow. Arrow is a TV series that ran on the CW from 2012 all the way to 2020, with a total of 8 seasons and one that sparked the light of a multiverse of shows from The Flash, to Superman and Lois, to Legends of Tomorrow, and more. Spoiler warning. If you have not seen the show and plan on doing so, then please do not watch this video yet because it will indeed spoil everything. Now to kick off the start of my list, in the number 8 slot for my least favorite season of Arrow is... Season 6 is my least favorite season of Arrow, much to some surprise. Following the events from the Season 5 finale, we get to see Team Arrow in very rocky waters. On top of Oliver's identity potentially being outed, all along with trying to raise his son whose mom just died on Lian as a result of the fallout from Adrian Chase, the bad guy, Prometheus. Now there are some aspects of this season I do like, and also many I don't. Some things I do like were the idea of bringing things back to basic, something that us fans have wanted for quite a while now. But especially a certain moment from the 16th episode, where we get to see Oliver Queen dealing with the effects of vertigo, a drug that the councilman had drugged him with. We get to see Oliver Queen fight not only a deceased Adrian Chase, but the OG Arrow himself, the Vigilante. After having a heated argument with his drugged up self, we get to witness him don the hood in a gory fight between the corrupted SCPD and what could have been a bloodbath between him and Diaz if Wifey hadn't shown up to snap Oliver out of it. Now, some stuff I personally did not enjoy about the season were a lot of attention being placed onto Earth 2, Black Canary, Laurel Lance. Yes, that's right, I can't say Laurel, just deal with it. I'm going to keep saying Black Canary. And the uproar in villains, at one point even having 6 main villains having to worry about taking up story time. Now, I do think they were trying to tackle so many different storylines at once, from Caden James' son's murder, to Diaz as an entire character, to old Team Arrow versus new Team Arrow, Oliver being a father, a mayor, a hero, and while being investigated by the FBI, and that was just in the first half of the season. Now this season does get so much better on the back half, just focusing on Diaz as a villain, and Oliver trying to become a team leader again. Now coming in at number 7, we have... Now, most people would find this season to be too high up on this list, even for being at number 7, but I do think Season 4 is severely underrated and overly hated. Now, don't get me wrong, this was not some of the best storytelling, but oftentimes Season 4 is the season I do go back and rewatch the most. This season starts off with new Team Arrow being just John, Thea, and Black Canary needing to help taking down the new big bad named Damien Darhk. Now, most people like myself didn't like this season for the show going from vigilantism and being very dark and gory to a season lighter than the rest, cracking more jokes and even having magic as the big factor, having Damien Darhk and even at some points Oliver using it. Now, I will fully admit, while the production value did in fact go down to where at some points you can clearly tell them blurring out the faces of the stunt double rather than just masking around them. But personally, one of my favorite scenes from the entire show came out of Season 4. In the 9th episode, Oliver and Felicity go to Damien Darhk's hideout in order to rescue the others. Malcolm and Laurel fight as the Black Canary and Green Arrow to take down Damien and the ghosts, even having this badass moment. Coming in at number 6. Now, while Season 7 had in the beginning some of the best storytelling and action sequences in all of the Arrowverse, the reason it's so far down on this list is in the back half. In the second half of the season, we were tackling the Ninth Circle and Oliver's half-sister Emiko Hadachi. Now, although I didn't really like the whole Ninth Circle and Emiko's storyline, I really did enjoy a few different episodes in this show being some of my favorite of all time. We have the Shawshank Redemption, the Emerald Archer, and Inmate 4587.
Morning 4587. Beautiful day.
Now again, Season 7 was one of the best in terms of storytelling from the aspect of Oliver in Slabside. We got to see him face off against so many other past villains like Cody Rhodes, who plays Stardust, as well as Daniel Blackwell and the Bronze Tiger, who even at one point joins Oliver when Ricardo Diaz breaks into the prison. Coming in at number 5, we have... Now, although Season 3 wasn't a personal favorite of mine, I think it does get way more hate than it deserves. Everyone complains that the League of Assassins storyline was very boring or oftentimes bad. I quite enjoyed it. Some things I did enjoy were Ray's storyline of wanting to save the city and becoming the Atom after his wife gets murdered by some Mirakuru soldiers in the events of Season 2. We get to see Oliver being outed as the Arrow by Ra's al Ghul, and even Roy getting sent to prison in his place. And I really did enjoy Oliver going undercover as Al-Sihim in the League of Assassins. Now, some things I did not like about the season were killing off Sarah Lance in the very first episode and having Lowell, her sister, forcing her way into becoming the next Canary. Okay, and hold up. It's tangent time. It really bothered me when there was no evidence of Roy killing Sarah, but because of his being affected by the Mirakuru he really thought he might have, Lowell hated him and Oliver almost kicked him off the team entirely. But when there was some evidence to say that maybe Oliver might have killed her, she instantly loves him and embraces him and supports him, along with everyone else. That shit pissed me off. But anyways, I also did not like a major part being all about Felicity. Now, although she is one of my favorite characters in all of the Arrowverse, I really didn't need a story of her jumping down my throat, whether that being her, her mother, her and Oliver. It just at sometimes was way too much. Coming in at number 4, we have... Now, I know I might be catching a lot of hate from viewers and other fans of the show, with Season 2 being a huge fan favorite, and I'm not even gonna lie, I really like this season. It was basically perfection. However, I'm not gonna lie, I do just like these next few better. That's it. Coming in at number 3, we have... Now, there's so much I could say about this shortened season. The final season of Arrow only having 10 episodes, one of which being a crossover, and another being a test pilot for a backdoor spin-off series called Green Arrow and the Canaries. We see Oliver Queen face off with memories of his past, like the Undertaking on Earth 2, the Alpha Omega virus in Hong Kong, and the Thanatos Guild in Nanda Parbat. Now, this season really does hold a special place in my heart, with it unfortunately being the last season of Arrow, my favorite TV show of all times. But because we got to go back and revisit what I really loved about the show, which was Oliver Queen hooding up and going on the mission of his life. This season had some of the greatest storytelling in a certain episode. We have Oliver and Earth 2 Lowell Lance being stuck in a time loop by Monovu the Monitor, to which we come to find out was actually a reward brought on by the Monitor for a chance for them to properly get to say goodbye to their former dad and friend. Now, in my eyes, the only downside of this season, which, similar to Season 7, was the flash forwards and the future Team Arrow. Mia, William, Zoe, and JJ taking on the New Age Deathstroke. I didn't hate the storytelling, but going from Oliver's flashbacks being on the island of Lian Yu, having flash forwards of characters I personally didn't ask for, felt really forced. And for that factor alone, that's the only reason why this isn't at the number 1 spot. Coming in at number 2, we have... Now, Arrow Season 5 was a redemption arc for the show, coming off what was the downfall of Season 4. We got introduced to new characters like the newest members of Team Arrow, Curtis as Mr. Terrific, Dinah as Black Canary, Rory as Ragman, and one of my favorite Arrowverse characters, Renee as Wild Dog. As well as our newest big bad, the biggest psychopath in all of the Arrowverse, District Attorney Adrian Chase as Prometheus. Chase was one of the main reasons this season did so well. Him as a villain was so good. Posing as the District Attorney and a new friend to Oliver, later finding out that back in season 1, Oliver, as the vigilante, had actually murdered Chase's father, resulting in him wanting revenge and teaming up with Talia al Ghul, the daughter of another big bad that Oliver killed back in season 3. After finding out who Prometheus was, all the bad guys Chase had locked up was set free, and Chase kidnapped not only all his friends, but all his family, including his son William, who was in hiding with his mother. Now, this season also ended in one of the most talked about ways in all of the Arrowverse. This season ends with Team Arrow on Lian-Yu rigged with explosives, and after rescuing William, Chase takes his own life, causing the island to blow up, leaving the audience with no knowledge of who lived and who died. Now, this is not at all the only reason I and so many others like this season. It also had so many intense episodes, one of which was being an episode all about gun control, a topic that was and still is a huge deal in this day and age. In that episode, we get to see not the Green Arrow, but Oliver Queen go and take down the big bad, who was a grieving father who lost his entire family in the events of season 4. On top of that, we get to focus heavily on Renee's backstory, seeing him and his late wife, who we find out is actually a junkie, getting murdered by an enraged drug dealer in front of their daughter, Zoe. Like I said, this season had so much of the best storytelling I've ever seen in all of the Arrowverse that it has to be so high up on this list. Now, coming in the number 1 spot, we have none other than the OG itself. What can't I say about season 1? It was the start to the entire CW Arrowverse. We start the season off on Lian-Yu seeing Oliver get rescued off the island by 2 Chinese fishermen and returning home to save his city. We get to see an extremely dark side of Oliver Queen and the Hood, torturing and murdering people who have failed this city. Not only was the present day starring city written so well, but the flashbacks were as equally exciting to watch. Some of my favorite episodes of season 1 are Year's End,
Nick!
The Odyssey, Dead to Rights,
Why should I trust you? Because you always have.
and the finale, Sacrifice.
Thank you for teaching me what I'm fighting for. But my father taught me how.
Watching the show was one of the entire reasons I love superhero, archery, and the color green. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed my thoughts and opinions of the seasons of Arrow. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are, as well as what you want to see in future videos for a shout out in my next video. Thank you guys all for watching. Please like the video, turn on notifications so you never miss another upload, and subscribe for more. Thank you guys. See ya.